Hello everyone, my name is Megan and I'll be doing the week 6 facilitation on our last week for climate change. I can't believe how fast it's gone, and I wanted to just congratulate everyone on their hard work so far, and I'm sure that this hard work will continue for this week, so I am looking forward to it, hearing your thoughts about the future in terms of climate change and any other thoughts and additions that you wanted to make to this week. Just to note that the video accompanying the audio are moments from my travels and demonstrate the beauty that can be found in this world, even when you're feeling like the future may be bleak. It is important to remember that our world is big, beautiful, and it is definitely worth saving. By this point in the course, we have been given videos, documents, posters, and shared our ideas of climate change at most angles. We can now take this knowledge, continue to share it with others, and gain new information. We have looked at the consequences near and far of climate change, policies, media, renewable energy, climate change action, and activism in Canada, climate change in our schools, the role of hope, and environmental psychology. Wow, that's a lot. All of these topics have been the foundation for our last discussion. The future. What does our climate change future look like? Where will we be? How can we accept what we don't know? So let's jump right in. I know it will be hard for me, as it may be for some of you, to move from this course without bringing climate change into our everyday lives. What if I didn't grab the unnecessary straw? What if I biked instead of driving today? What if I reduced my garbage by 1 bag per week? We can predict through patterns, gathered information, and data how our future may look, but these what-if questions cannot truly be answered right now. So, how does our future look when it comes to climate change in 2030 or 2050? These years may seem so far away, but they come up quickly when we focus on our next trip to Costa Rica or the next time we see a loved one. Time passes quickly, and even our best predictions may not line up to what climate change and our climate has in store. But there is always something beautiful about taking in the present. Let's start with the basics. According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, the word future means that is to be or time yet to come. Predicting the future and its exact events is a difficult task. For some, the future is scary and unpredictable and an unpredictable place, one to be left alone and up to fate. To others, the future means to be planned and in their knowledge prior to it happening. However, when it comes to climate change, how can one predict that which is to be? According to Foster 2015, when it comes to climate change, we are walking through a maze whose walls rearrange themselves as one walks through. New footsteps have to be taken in order to adjust to the walls of the maze that are adapting to each movement made. The future is always and essentially under construction to a plan which is in itself perpetually reconstructed. Therefore, it is impossible to predict the future. However, why should we stop looking for a brighter future just because we can't predict it or control it? But where to begin? We can start by looking at the patterns, or what Kozak and Elliott 2011 say is connecting the dots when it comes to learning for the future in environmental education, citizenship, and sustainability. They state, connecting the dots provides a systems view of learning. Each learning strategy is a doorway to the creation of learning experiences that reflect the richness and complexity of life. They suggest 7 strategies for citizenship and sustainability. These 7 strategies are difficult to place in order as they all connect and work together in order to accomplish a goal. If you look at climate change solutions with this perspective, there's not one solution. All of our actions and reactions to situations will affect climate change in the delicate web we live in. The straws we refuse to use, the less we drive, the less garbage we create, it will all add up to our solution. As we have heard, it does not make a huge difference when it is only one person doing it, but that one person can start a movement, and their efforts should not be ignored. Dulick et al. 2016 suggests that in order to balance the delicate web we have created, alongside Earth's natural patterns, we must combine 2 of our greatest disciplines, science and art. in order to look at our future with a more holistic approach. This is because, quote, when science is essential for evidence-based decision-making, art and design are critical for creating an effective space for reflection, bridging information, and situating knowledge into day-to-day community practices. Imagine a collection of beautiful minds coming together to work towards a solution. That would make the feeling of being alone on the uphill battle less daunting. Once again, we are connecting the dots with disciplines, with the quote, scientific knowledge and how it links to multiple values, contexts, and pathways for action that in turn impact the environment, ecology, and the earth. Thus, allowing for a more holistic approach through complex thinking. Also, allowing for creativity provides a rational, reflective process which develops understanding and a different outlook for possible futures. It gets the out-of-the-box thinking moving. As we discussed last week, there's a capacity for fear, which is why there needs to be a balance between fear and positivity. In order to achieve this out-of-the-box thinking, happiness is required, and it is proven that, according to Duliak 2016, people are better at solving difficult problems because they consider multiple options, whereas intense fear affects the way that the brain works. Anxiety causes one to focus narrowly and enter depth-first processing in order to minimize distractions. What will work then? Collecting a variety of disciplines that have a balance in information with fear and positivity is a good start. That is where Foster 2015 suggests we need to start from the beginning and change what we can do now in light of the future. When we only read the negative and what our past looked like, and focus on what our past looks like, we cannot see how bright our future looks. It is difficult to find hope sometimes, but Foster 2015 also provides encouragement in its discussion of future bleakness when it comes to climate change, as it makes a few working assumptions as you can. Find your way forward by trying things out to see what runs. Be aware of reactions. Be ready to shift your weight, rebalance, move responsibly with what emerges. Our future does not have to be filled with the doom and gloom that constantly comes up on our TVs and social media platforms or in our newspapers. For education, that means reconceiving the purpose of both schooling and tertiary studies as an empowering of integrated, flexible, creative, and well-informed human beings, rather than the production of suitably skilled employees and consumers for a global economy, according to Foster 2015. This, in conjunction with self-reflection, begins the stepping stones of our efforts to make a brighter future. Remember, hope is a verb that it's with its sleeves rolled up, according to Orr 2016. So, it is time that we roll up our sleeves when it comes to our future and take a look at ourselves and our education system. What can we do to help our future and inspire others? What can we do in our teaching to balance the happiness and fear that come with climate change? We cannot forget that our actions make a difference, and as we continue to share our knowledge, join others in action, and speak up for our earth, we are working towards a brighter future for everyone.